supposed to do? This is what it tells us. Don't look for the praise of men. No one getting it. Don't look for it.
Okay, if you haven't seen the videos, there's a content creator that's been calling churches, saying they have a 2-month-old baby that hasn't eaten since last night. And every church, except for a handful that she called, said no, they would not give her formula. And every person with religious trauma went, duh. This is our segment called Parenting and Trauma. This is where we talk about our parenting a little bit, and a little bit about our trauma. Now, from time to time, I talk about religion. I was raised Lutheran, and because I was raised in the church, I left the church. You see, I have this little problem with churches. You spend all your time in there reading books about a person that says, give to the poor and the hungry, care about your fellow human being, and they take all that and they don't do any of it. Well, I take that back. They do a little bit of it, but most of the time it's so that they can get something for themselves. There was a church down the street the other day that had a sign that said, we need Christians so that we can get more Christians. And I was got because I thought that was supposed to be the quiet part. And as we've all watched this content creator call these churches, we've slowly gotten to view how much they're just businesses. They're country clubs with giant T's on the wall. Which to anybody that grew up in the church, it's no surprise. Churches are all about the hierarchies. How high can you climb in the church? And I've had people, well, crazy people, tell me that I hate Christians. And that couldn't be farther from the truth. I don't hate anybody. I'm just very, very disappointed in humanity. Because the thing is, that book those churches read has so much good information in it, but absolutely none of it is practiced. The clip I showed you in the beginning of this video is one person in all those phone calls that didn't hesitate to figure out how they could help. And that's what it's supposed to be about. It's not about judgment. It's not about preaching Bible verses. It's about being a good person and taking care of your fellow man. That's it. It's that simple. These churches were given an open book test and they failed. Because in no way do they practice what they preach. The thing is, I love the idea of religion. Understanding there's more to you than just this. Understanding you are a vessel to help people around you. But that's not what's taught. Any decent human being that was asked if they could buy somebody formula and knew that they were down on their luck enough to have to ask, shouldn't even cross their mind to not help. And those buildings are built for that. And the one that followed the words of Jesus was given over $90,000. And then the other ones that pretend to be righteous, well, they instantly tried to find a way to make it that it wasn't their faults. When I was a kid, churches loved to tell this story that wasn't real, by the way, where somebody walked into a building with a pew-pew and unalived anybody that was a follower of Christ. And he'd walk up and he would say, do you believe in God? And if you said yes, you were gone. But you should hold your faith strong. Even in the face of death, you should hold your faith close to your chest. And they loved doing that story. It was one of their favorites. Because it was furthest from the truth of what they wanted you to see. Because the real test is having somebody that needs your help, another human being down on their luck with their hands open asking for anything, and you putting in the work that Christ told you to do. And you failed, sir. So you get nothing. The rock that you built your foundation on is crumbling. But hey, at least maybe you can save face by saying that they were trying to scam you. But they're going to have a fun week trying to get that log out of their eye. Religion means nothing if you do not follow the teachings. And all of them universally say, be a good person, feed the hungry, help your fellow man, and don't be a douche. I didn't watch VeggieTales 4 or 5 hours a day just to keep my mouth quiet now. You filled your mouth with that chocolate bunny till your stomach hurt, while everyone around you was starving. But hey, if we give formula to them, we gotta give it to other people, and then we can't afford the giant cross in the back of the church. I'm sorry for yelling. It just makes Daddy so angry. If nobody's told you today, you're doing a great job. Out there treating people with dignity and love and kindness. You look like somebody that would buy formula for a starving child. And I really, really appreciate that. Don't let anybody else out there tell you otherwise.